So today let us understand about the working of the human heart. So human heart basically is the one which acts as the main pumping organ of the body. It will pump the oxygenated blood throughout your body. Okay, it will receive deoxygenated blood, it will purify that, and it will be pumping the oxygenated blood throughout the body. And let us see how this happens. Through the inferior vena cava and superior vena cava, okay, the deoxygenated blood will be coming into the heart. Through the inferior vena cava from the lower body parts, the blood is brought into the right auricle, okay, and through the superior vena cava, the impure blood or the deoxygenated blood is brought into the right auricle from the upper body parts. So like this, the deoxygenated blood will be collected first in the right auricle. From there, once the right auricle is filled, the blood will flow into the right ventricle through the opening which is the auriculoventricular aperture here. Through that aperture, okay, the blood will flow into the right ventricle. Which type of blood is flowing into the right ventricle? Yes, it is deoxygenated blood. And we have the valve here. The valve on the right side is the tricuspid valve. So the valve function is once the ventricle is filled, there is a chance of the blood going back into the auricle again. So that will be prevented with the help of the tricuspid valve which will be present towards the right side. Then what will happen once the chamber is filled, once the right ventricle is filled with the deoxygenated blood, from here through the pulmonary aorta, the structure is called the pulmonary aorta, the big trunk. From there, the deoxygenated blood will be going into the pulmonary arteries. There are two pulmonary arteries. Okay, these are the pulmonary arteries. So, two pulmonary arteries are there which will carry the deoxygenated blood. So, if you remember, this is an exception wherein an artery is carrying deoxygenated blood. So, the deoxygenated blood would be taken to the lungs for purification. And once the deoxygenated blood reaches the lungs, it will get purified there. And this purified one, that is the oxygenated blood, will enter into the left auricle through the pulmonary veins. So there are four pulmonary veins which will all open actually towards the left side of the heart. So from the left auricle, once it is filled through the auriculoventricular aperture that is present onto towards the left side, the blood will reach the left ventricle. From here, the oxygenated blood, which type of blood it is? It is oxygenated blood. The oxygenated blood will enter into the systemic aorta, okay, the biggest trunk, and then it will go there wherein the oxygenated blood will be pumped to all the body parts. These small arteries will be pumping the blood to the top regions, that is the head and the facial regions. They will be supplying the oxygenated blood, whereas the other part of the systemic arteries which will bifurcate inside your body will be sending the purified blood or oxygenated blood to all the parts of your body. So like this, the heart will function, and the region, okay, which wherein the blood is getting pumped to the lungs, that particular circulation is called the pulmonary circulation. Whereas the region wherein, okay, the blood is getting pumped into the systemic aorta, systemic arteries, it is called systemic circulation. So we have two types of circulations. One is a pulmonary circulation, other one is a systemic circulation. So here also you can see actually inferior vena cava and superior vena cava. The body parts will be, okay, sending the blood into the right auricle of the heart through the superior and inferior vena cava. So it will come into the right auricle, then to the right ventricle, then to the through the pulmonary aorta, it will go into the lungs, pulmonary arteries will be there. So all this blood will be deoxygenated. So in pulmonary circulation, the type of blood will be deoxygenated. Once it reaches the lungs, then it will be getting purified. So this purified or the oxygenated blood will flow through the pulmonary veins, which are four. Through pulmonary veins, it will enter into the left auricle, left ventricle, and then through the systemic aorta, the oxygenated blood is getting supplied to the body parts. This is how the heart will be functioning. So this is how you can explain the working of the heart very easily, which will have the pulmonary circulation as well as the systemic circulation. It is very easy to follow. Once you just see the chart there, it is very easy. Hope you understood.